and not your boxers. It's the legal term. Hi guys, hope you guys are all well and happy and ecstatic and just loving life. So I'm back again with another Term Tuesday. I don't know about you, but I find that when somebody like takes their time to actually explain a word to me, I feel like I remember it more, like a whole lot more, way more than just reading it from a laptop screen. That's just me personally. I don't know if you guys like that. So that's kind of why I'm doing this. So today we are going to be focusing on random law words beginning with a B. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and stay tuned for my next one. First word that I will be starting with is bail. I can honestly admit that before I even, you know, had any interest in law, before I even knew what I wanted to be or what I wanted to do, I always heard this word around, like in Law and Order and in, like, you know, just used in places. I actually know what it means now, so I'm gonna tell you. Okay, so let's say that you are in prison and somebody basically bails you out of prison by providing security. In other words, providing money. It could be a small amount of money or a large amount of money, depending on whatever the prison, you know, whatever the terms or situation is. Under special conditions, under like agreement that you must show up for your trial. Or bail can also mean that you are basically released from prison once a sum of money is provided. Okay, so moving on to the next word, and the next word is bench trial. If I'm being honest with you, I actually did not know this word. Like, I didn't actually know what bench trial was or what it meant. And I actually researched up on this word, and it just simply means the judge is the only fact finder and the judge is the only person there that can come up with the verdict. The jury have nothing to do with it. There is no jury in a bench trial. So the next word is brief, and not your boxers. It's the legal term. Okay, now let me just story time. Let's have a bit of story time. Come on, let's do that. 5th year or 6th year, I cannot remember. So I didn't do TY, and if you're not from Ireland watching this, that's known as transition year, and I decided to skip transition year, and I was kind of a bit anxious and a bit worried because I know in transition year you do work experience, and I wanted to do work experience, which is basically going out there and researching and experiencing your potential workplace. 5th year, I chose to do a subject known as LCVP. It gives you the opportunity to do work experience. I think it's just a week of work experience, and I was so happy. I was just like, yay, I can actually do work experience and find out what I want to do. So then that was when, you know, law kind of came into it, and I was just like, okay, let me research more about being a lawyer. I did work experience in 2 places. So I did work experience in a solicitor's office. I spent the rest of the week doing work experience in the 4 courts, which I was so happy with. I was like, yes. I got to meet Chief Justice Susan Denham, so I was really happy with that. Anyway, back to the story. In the solicitor's office, it was great. They were so lovely and they just welcomed me in, and especially the head of the place, main solicitor, like, he was absolutely amazing. I was mind blown by the amount of work that he did on a daily basis. My job was to photocopy and to, you know, ask questions, and what I did was, because knowing me, I'm a very curious person, documents and letters and statements and health documents and just loads of paper, like paper everywhere, and that I would do that for hours. And I remember, you know, he would just say brief. Oh, can you, you know, this is a brief, and can you get this brief done for me, and you know, that's a brief. And I just said to him, sorry sir, sorry, what's a brief? You know, what's a brief? I know that was a long story, but that's a nice story for you. And he explained to me that brief is basically written evidence of the case. They're submitted in trial to explain the case. They're huge. Like, it's not just like an A4 page or some couple of pages put together. Let me get one of my law books. It's like, briefs can be this big. Like, briefs, they're piled together and they can be that big. So yeah, You get the point. That's it about briefs. So the final word of today is burden of proof. This isn't actually a word, it's a term that is said a lot in cases and during the trial, and it's just heard a lot in lectures as well. One of the first terms that I learned in my criminal law lectures, and I just love this term. Like, you know, when you, like, I don't know, I'm such a nerd. Like I have words that I love because I like research words that I don't know, and I stick them up on my wall and I read them like every day, and then I like make my favorites. Don't you do that too? Probably not. So back to the point. Burden of proof is basically the person that has the responsibility to prove that the defendant is in fact guilty. In civil cases, the plaintiff has the burden of proof. They have think of it as they have the burden to prove that the defendant is guilty. In criminal cases, for example, if Jack kills Anna, Anna's dead, so she can't come to life and bring him to court. The government then has to step in and get justice for Anna. So it's the government against Jack. The government in that case has the burden of proof. They have the responsibility to prove that Jack did in fact kill Anna. So that's it for today. That was so weird. You guys learned something there. I hope I helped teach you, or, you know, just if you weren't really bothered on learning anything and just wanted to watch the video, thanks so much for watching the video. It really means a lot. Keep on liking, keep on commenting, keep on sending me emails and messages. I totally love them. They brighten my day up. They make me so happy. Stay tuned for my upcoming Term Tuesdays and Term Thursdays. We'll see you all next time. God bless and goodbye.